Hi, this is an NER data computer from CIC. It looks like the previous one, which was a NER data transducer with only analog output. So this instrument has a digital output with an ARINC 429 bus. So I have found a small datasheet of this instrument. We have here some specifications. So there are different options on this instrument. Some has both digital and analog output. It is not the case with this instrument. There are also different options depending on the temperature sensor. So the instrument I have is this one with a 00. The first letter 1 indicates that there is also an analog output. It is not the case of this instrument. Otherwise, 03 indicates that there is a 500 ohms platinum sensor. So the output is ARINC 429, and there is an input here according to ARINC 575. So there is a pitot-static input and a circular connector here. So this was tested 2 years ago by Colesman. So let's open this thing to see what is inside. Okay, so there is a shield here, which is connected to the ground somewhere. And we can see first that it seems to be the same pressure sensor than in the analog one. There are 4 boards. So we can distinguish here the DIP40. So this is the processor of the microcontroller. There is the crystal here. And it seems that there is a PCB on the bottom. It is difficult to see. One regulator here is screwed to the enclosure. And you can see that this PCB is a bare PCB. It is very strange. It seems that this thing was cut manually because the hole here, you can see that is not perfect. So the sensors are not exactly identical. This capsule is smaller than the other one. So this is maybe a temperature sensor. Okay, so there is a connector here. This is a nice assembly. And this is a little bit artisanal. So I will remove this tube first. Okay, so you can see that it's not very professional, but it's just a PCB in order to mount these 2 pressure sensors here. So this one is the altitude sensor, and this one is for the airspeed sensor. You have both static input pressure with the white tube here and the pressure from the pitot tube. So you can have a look first on this PCB. So there is also a ref 2 here. This is a 5 volts reference. And we have this LT1013, a dual op amp. As you can see, there are 2 signals which are connected from the sensor to this part. And probably it is the same for this. So probably this part is a specific part in order to control an LVDT sensor, because there is nothing else on the board. So this is probably a chip in order to control directly the LVDT. And we place the datasheet. There are 2 other boards. Okay, first you can see the power supply. I will change the orientation of the light. Okay, so you can see that this very strange stuff. It is this thing is soldered by hand on the air between the terminals. So this is a regulator with capacitors and stuff like that. So this is a little bit messy here. One resistor here is soldered between different wires. It was possible to place all these parts on the PCB on the bottom. It will be more professional. You can see that this capacitor here can move also. There is nothing to fix these capacitors. With the vibrations and other shocks, the terminal can be desoldered or can be broken. This thing is very weird. There are also some bodges on this board. So let's remove the two other boards. This is a microcontroller board. So this is a classic 87C52. Sorry, not 52, but 524. There is a crystal, 12 MHz. So there is a EEPROM here, 24LC16, probably to store calibration data. There is an LT1111. And this is a part from Harris. This reference is obscure for me. HS1 2182 8. And you can see this part, there is a very strange design. So this is the bodge. This was soldered after the design of the PCB. I don't know. We can remove this part maybe. It is fixed by with a conformal coating, probably. I think it will be difficult to remove, but okay. It is difficult to read. It seems to be a Max 8071. So there is another LT1111. And here there is a Max 233. Let's have a look on the last board. You can see that there are also a lot of bodges on this board. So on this board we have this part. So this is maybe the ADC. It reminds me something, but I'm not sure. LTC 1294. I will place the datasheet. So there is this part, MAD 1103 from Motorola. This is also a resistor network. So I think there are 8 independent resistors of 1 kilo ohm with a good matching. But this construction is very strange. I don't know, but anyway, there are several modifications on this board and several bodges. It is very strange. So we have 280 1013. These are op-amps, dual op-amps. So this seems to be tantalum capacitors, 22 microfarads. And these are LM137. So this is a regulator with military specifications. So one is for the positive power supply and the other one for a negative power supply, probably, but I'm not sure. The second one is, yes, LM117. So this one is for the positive power supply. So these two resistors set the voltage of this regulator. And these two resistors set the negative power supply here. On these PCBs, there are also some parts of capacitors. We have a large diode, so this is maybe a TVS diode, I'm not sure. And there are also two transistors, or yes, 2N. It is difficult to read here. This seems to be a 2N6901. And the other one is 2N2907. So that's the end for this first part, which was the teardown of this air data computer from CIC. So I'm not sure what I will do with this thing. The reverse can be complicated, and there is no analog output. So in order to see something, I will need something to interface with the ARINC 429 bus. So at least maybe what can be interesting is to do the reverse of the analog part. This board here doesn't seem to be complicated. And this one also, at least one side, because it is more or less identical. I think there is nothing else except this part, so this is maybe a specialized part for LVDT sensor. Thank you for watching and see you next time. Bye bye.